Welcome back, Milton Daily Homes. We got a list of 9 properties today, and why don't we get right to it? First one up, 371 Bronte, number 106, 239, and it's this was listed last year. I would have probably opened these up to kind of show the big sliding door there. Very open concept on the main level. It looks like they've knocked down some walls. And a bit of a different cupboard there, which is a little unusual. But yeah, you can see in this shot here how open concept everything is. Kind of a split level design on this one. You've got 3 bedrooms, plus you have you have 2 powder rooms plus 1 full one. That's the full one right there. And the price seems okay to me. I mean, the good townhomes kind of sell around the 250, maybe a touch more if they're gorgeous. The basic ones are at 220, so this one needs a bit of work, but it has some nice features, so I think it's right in the zone too. And 241 on the maintenance fees is a little bit less than you'll find with some of the other buildings, so I think that all that put together puts it in a good spot in my eyes. Davis Lane is a front back home. I talk about these a lot. The fact that that's Main Street, right where the camera person is they're probably standing right in the middle of the road. There's a boulevard there, but I'm just saying. So it's one of these. I think it's the one on this side. Very nice inside. Okay, if you check the virtual tour, there's no photos yet, but there's a virtual tour. It's a semi-detached. It only has a kitchen and living room plus 3 bedrooms upstairs. 1,700 square feet of total living space. So I can't see the main floor being more than, probably 1,400 square feet, the main and second. That's a lot of money to be asking for a house that backs directly onto a very busy street. There's bylaws about the size of the fences, so I think you can only do like a 4-foot fence here. I call them front back because one side, you don't really have a back, that's your backyard, and it feels more like a front door. You can see it looks more like a front door, and there's the garage on the other side. So they'll have a tough time. It's beautiful inside. I mean, the light fixtures, the kitchen, everything's been done here. The basement's beautiful. I just think location's going to hurt them. Now, if you're willing to live with a busier street behind, the leisure center is very close by. The Center for the Arts, the GO train is walking distance. You can walk to Superstore. You can walk to Starbucks. One of the best places in Milton in terms of things that you can get to by foot. I don't know. The truck axles going at 3 a.m. for me, it's a deal breaker. So anyhow, that's Davis Lane there. Van Fleet is 385. It's a townhouse, 3 bedroom, 3 washroom. I don't have much more information about this one. There's no flooring here. There's nothing. No, it's not a 52-foot room. What happens is if the agents don't put the measurements in as meters, they put them in as feet instead. Everything is multiplied by 3. So you're looking at dividing by 3 to kind of get the dimensions on this one. Not much to say about this one here. Zimmerman is at 429. It's a sundial home. What I like about a lot of the sundials is that they've done a tandem driveway where you've actually got 1 and 2 right beside each other, so you're not switching the cars around. That can be pretty stressful in the evening and in the morning for a lot of people. 109-foot lot. So these homes are probably about 7 or 8 years old. Some of them are bigger lots than what you find even in Old Milton. So it's a nice combination. They're not quite as open concept as some of the Manamees. The kitchens are a little bit smaller, but it's that nice transition point in Milton between the old and the new, I find, with these models. So looks like you've got a dining room, separate family room, and then you also have a kitchen here with a small eat-in. Looks like a nice backsplash. There's some good ceiling fans. Hard to tell the model from these pictures. That's the basement down there. It's probably not much more than about 1,500 square feet on the first 2 levels. Having that basement is certainly a nice thing. $429. Depending on the size, that's the main thing, but it looks pretty good to me, especially with the basement and the yard. So Diceway, $499. Double car garage, pretty much all siding outside, and can't really tell the model from this one. It looks like you've got your loft plus 4 bedrooms, and based on these, it's really hard to tell the rooms. Good looking kitchen. Now when you see this one, I don't know if you see it the same way I do. That white hood fan stands out to me like crazy. For $60 or whatever to get a black one, or maybe a little bit more money to get a stainless steel one, has a huge impact. Especially you bought this nice fridge, you got 2 drawers here. Why wouldn't you? You know, it's the final thing. The cabinets look good. They're a creamy white instead of that real stark white, so they probably look pretty good in person. Countertop, undermount sink, backsplash, and then what do you see? What in that photo? It's a white hood fan. So, anyways, that's what it is on this one here. $499 for a double car garage with the upgrades they do have. Very good. I'm a big fan. Okay, so Grand Key is 527.9, 2,300 square feet. This one here, 4-bedroom, nice built-in appliances, dark cabinets. Looks like a cooktop here, so I think that's what's going on. It's hard to tell from the angle. It doesn't look like there's an actual built-in stove or anything like that, which would be a second one because the other one's built in. So good looking model. I think not having hardwood is probably going to be something that most people would want to have with the upgrades in the kitchen. So that's probably something to keep in mind. We've got one on Simon's Crossing that has the hardwood. It's got a pretty comparable kitchen, and it backs onto a pond for just a little bit more than this one. So Robarts is $574. We're talking about a double car garage here, 36 by 105, nice deep property. Lots of landscaping outside. A little bit more plain inside. They have upgraded the appliances. This one was listed last year, and I think it was a more basic kitchen. So I think they're really making the effort to make things happen. Gorgeous view from the master. You can see that it's all green space. It's all pond right behind this one. And one of the things you see here is it's actually got the jacuzzi jets. A lot of these are just soaker tubs, so they've upgraded the jets there, and you can see what you back onto. Again, same as the one on Davis. This one has a great walk score, leisure center, GO train, all the rest of it. This one's a really, really convenient location here too. And at $574, mostly size dependent. I'm not sure how big this one would be. It's probably not huge. It's probably not more than 2,500 square feet. Might have a bit of a tough time if it is that big. Okay, so Mill Street is $599. Had some good bungalow sales in the last quarter in Milton. Mill Street is known to have some of the best properties in Milton. And it's a little busier on the commercial end, a little bit closer to Martin Street, but as you get into the street a little bit more, you start to see some nice residential homes, very extensively upgraded kitchen, and the nice thing about a bungalow, I mean, even that TV in the bathroom, that's just wild. It's like a hotel. Nice thing about a bungalow is that if the basement's finished, the footprint of a bungalow is much bigger than a 2-story home, so your basement ends up being much more spacious. You got some good size windows here too, so a lot of finished space in this one. That looks like it's down in the basement. Maybe not as much of a yard because you've got a detached double car garage here, so that's pretty much what you're looking at for yard, but pretty simple to maintain, especially if it's an older couple moving to this home. They don't want to spend all their time doing all the grass and everything. It could be a good fit. So $599. We've seen some really good bungalows in Milton go up in the high 6s and 7s. This one here, it looks okay. I haven't seen it in person. I think that would be the real test, is how much of a wow it gives. Tremaine is at $599, right across the street from a lot of the new developments. So this is north of Derry on Tremaine. And inside, so they were up in the 6s last year. New year, they figure we'll list $599. Actually, there's some good wood on the walls there. You've got a very nice stone fireplace. Kitchen's a little bit more basic, but you can really work with this. Wood cabinets, if you want to stain them a little bit darker, put some new counters, new appliances. That's not very expensive, and it can have big, big, big impacts. And 132 by 330 is the lot. I mentioned last year that I think this bed looks like the Batmobile from the first Batman movie. And then you've got a pretty nice looking eclectic basement there too with a pool. Okay, so the big thing I think with this one is the amount of disruption. Tremaine itself is going to start to get really busy as we start to see that the exit being built on the 401. So traffic is certainly a concern. And just being that close to a new subdivision comes with its own challenges too. So these guys, I think, have a lot going for them house wise. Location is probably going to be a little more difficult. They're offering a bonus to the agents if it's sold before. Oh, that's funny. It says November 22nd. 2011. So I don't know if that bonus is going to be in play anymore.
Marty! You've got to come back with me. Where? Back to the future.
I guess they kept the old wording from the listing, but anyhow, that's the list for today. And if you have any questions, if you just want to chat about your home buying plans, come in, meet with us, get a feel for how much things cost, where you should be looking, those kind of things. Just get in touch. Okay, so we'll see you tomorrow with more Milton Daily Homes.